Hello friends, this video on magnetic effects of current part 4 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Okay, so with this we have got some idea or some basic idea about magnets and magnetic field. Now with these ideas in mind, we can now start with magnetic effects of electric current. So basically now we are actually starting with the main topic of this lesson. So what are we going to study in magnetic effects of electric current? Here we are trying to see that current flowing through a conductor, is that current capable of producing any kind of magnetic effect? So that is what is the purpose of this topic, this lesson. So for that, we will talk about an experiment which was performed by a scientist named Oersted long back. He tried to establish some sort of relationship between electricity and magnetism. So let us look at the experiment which he had performed. So let us look at the experiment in detail. So till now, before this Oersted experiment was performed, electricity and magnetism both were studied at two different subjects, or there was no relation between the two. In electricity, we talked about electric current, electric charges and all those stuff. That means whenever we spoke about electricity, we spoke about current flowing through a wire. We talked about electric circuits, resistances and all those stuff. Whenever we talked about magnetism, we talked about the properties of magnets, that materials getting attracted towards the magnet when they are placed in magnetic field, and again all such kind of stuffs. But Oersted was the one who first observed that there was an interrelation between electricity and magnetism. That is, electricity and magnetism, these two branches were very closely related to each other. Now, how did he observe this? So let us have a look at that. So what did Oersted do? He took a circuit. He took a simple circuit where he had a source like a battery connected to the circuit such that electric current flows through the circuit. And he took a magnetic compass needle and he placed this compass needle near the circuit. What did he observe? He observed that magnetic compass needle deflected when current passes through the wire. So now as current passed through this wire, because of the current which is passing through the wire, this magnetic needle showed some deflection. So now what he did, he took the same magnetic needle and he took it away from this wire. Instead of keeping the needle here, he took the needle somewhere here. What did he observe? That the deflection decreased. Even if the amount of current remains the same, for the same amount of current, when you place the needle here and when you place the needle here, what did you observe? That the deflection is more here and the deflection is less here. So that means nearer the needle, more is the deflection. Okay, so that was one thing which you observed. Again, he observed that as he varied the amount of current through this circuit, when he increased the amount of current through the circuit, the deflection increased. Similarly, when he decreased the amount of current in the circuit, the deflection decreased. So he observed that the deflection of the magnetic needle was dependent on two things. One is the amount of current flowing through the circuit, and the second was the distance of the needle from this current carrying circuit. So that means, and when does a magnetic needle show deflection? A magnetic needle will show a deflection whenever you place it in magnetic field, right? Otherwise, it will not show any deflection. So it shows deflection when you place it in magnetic field. So that means there was a magnetic field which was created somewhere around this current carrying conductor. However, if you look at it, there is no magnet which is present here, right? There is only a current carrying wire. So from this he concluded that a wire carrying electric current behaves like a magnet. So this statement itself connected electricity and magnetism very close to each other. That means a wire carrying electric current, which is a part of electricity, it behaves like a magnet. that is a part of magnetism. So electricity and magnetism got related to each other very closely. So this was a very simple experiment performed by Oersted, right? He took a circuit where electric current was flowing, and then he took a magnetic compass needle and saw that it showed deflection. He changed its distance, he found that the deflection varied. Similarly, he increased or decreased the amount of current and again found that the deflection varied. So with this, he concluded that a wire carrying electric current behaves like a magnet. And he also observed that the deflection reverses as the direction of current is reversed. So that means if you now connect the battery in the opposite way such that current flows like this in the circuit. So if current flows like this, then the deflection will also get reversed. So that means the deflection was varying in a similar way as current was doing so. So what was the conclusion of Oersted experiment? The conclusion was a wire carrying electric current behaves like a magnet, or in other words, moving charges produce a magnetic field in the surrounding region. Moving charges is nothing but current. Moving charges constitute current. So moving charges produce a magnetic field in the surrounding region. Right? So that means if you have a wire which is carrying some current I, so the region around this wire will have magnetic field. So this wire is equivalent to a magnet. Right? So this Oersted experiment was a very important or a very significant achievement because this led to a vast growth of this subject of electricity and magnetism.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.